Be joyful in every situation. In a charming little town, there lived an elderly woman named Clara. Clara was cherished for her generous spirit and her constant willingness to lend a helping hand to her community. Although she lived by herself, she never felt alone. The townsfolk would often visit her for advice and to share their tales. In appreciation of her warmth, they brought her food and supplies, ensuring she never went without. One crisp autumn morning, Clara decided to take a walk into the forest to gather wood for her hearth. As she ventured deeper among the towering trees, she stumbled upon an unusual sight, a large ancient pot, partially hidden beneath the forest floor. Intrigued, Clara brushed away the dirt and lifted the lid. To her amazement, it was brimming with shining gold coins. Her heart soared with delight as she pictured a life of comfort and ease. Clara imagined herself in a grand home, resting by an ornate fireplace on a luxurious chair. But there was one problem. The pot was too cumbersome for her to carry alone. Determined, Clara used her ingenuity to construct a makeshift slide from sturdy branches and tied a strong cloth around the pot. With all her strength, she began to pull it toward her cottage. As she trudged along, she noticed an odd change. The gold coins inside the pot began to shift in color. When she stopped for a moment to catch her breath, she saw that the gold had turned to silver. A pang of disappointment washed over her, but she quickly reminded herself that silver was still precious. Clara pressed on, comforting herself with the thought that she could still have a cozy house and enjoy peaceful nights by her fireplace. Yet, as she continued to pull, the silver coins darkened and transformed into iron. She halted and gazed at the pot, her heart heavy with despair. The vision of a life filled with luxury faded like a wisp of smoke. But then Clara paused, took a deep breath, and allowed a smile to spread across her face. She realized that before she had found the pot, she had been content with her simple, fulfilling life, surrounded by friends and their kindness. Sitting down to rest, Clara chose to feel grateful for what she had instead of mourning what she had lost. She thought about her modest little home, the warm meals her neighbors brought her, and the happiness she found in being there for others. True joy, she realized, didn't come from wealth but from love and shared kindness. With that, Clara left the pot in the woods and returned home, at peace with her decision. That evening, as she sat by her old but familiar chair by the fire, she felt a warmth that no riches could ever replace. Clara continued to live her life with the same generosity and cheerfulness as before, surrounded by the affection of her community. She had discovered that true happiness came from within, and she remained joyful in every situation. That made her wealthier than any pot of gold could ever make her.